Vroom, vroom.
Timothy, once a year, has what he calls the French Day, which looks like a load of hard work to me, but, you know, he does it every year. He cooks dinner for 150 people, which I don't know where he learned that from, because he certainly didn't learn it from me. And they all come, and the garage, it's a good thing, really, because once a year it's sort of like spring clean. They have a right good go and clean the place up, and it looks ever so good up there, I must say. You know, it puts you in the full picture of what's going on. You know, with Tim with the Bugatti business, which he's had longer than I had the Bugatti business, and he's done it ever so well, and I'm very proud of him. What else, Susie?
Where are we going next week?
Next week, we're off to Anglesey testing the Hall and Scott Peugeot, because we're going to go there, because we're entered for the members' meeting at Goodwood. And I thought, you know, Monday, me and John are going to be on that flat out, clean it up, get it running, experimenting. We're still experimenting with breathers, because it does chuck its oil out of it, so we'll have the under tray off, and we'll put new pads in there to soak any oil up. And so there we are. So, and hopefully I'm driving it, because obviously I've got my licence this year. So we'll see how I get on, you know. I mean, if I go to Anglesey and I feel useless, I should get somebody who would appreciate the drive. And I forgot to tell you, I've got a mate of mine called Dennis Bissell. I raced with Dennis Bissell in the 70s. They had a Vauxhall 1800 something. It didn't stand a chance against the Ford Escort, so they never ever beat me. In fact, I don't think I ever saw them in a race, but they were smashing blokes. Dennis Bissell and Brian Athews. Anyway, Dennis has been doing a bit of hill climbing and one thing and another, and he sold his car because somebody really wanted it, and it was their dad's car, so he sold it. So I said he could have my Emerson and run it, you know, and obviously he'll have to pay his entry fees and everything, but, you know, I'll give him a bit of help, and he'll give me a bit of help. So anyway, hopefully old Dennis will be out in the Emerson, so that'd be another little side thing that we can film occasionally. This is the big annual clear-up, because Timothy has a thing called the French Day, and he cooks dinner for everybody, and he does it himself. In fact, we'll go and see him in the kitchen, slaving away. Be a good experience for Susie.
You've definitely recovered, Ivan. So this is Tim's workshop, isn't it? The business that you set up and he's
run. When
I
bought the farm, this was a cow shed, and it had a manger down the middle, and you know, we did what you could see.
Yeah.
The man who works here mainly does back axles and gearboxes and fits overdrive, and he's been doing it for years, so, you know, he's a good bloke, actually. This is a brand new engine.
The big one.
The big one, Type 59 engine. That's the Type 51 engine, which I don't know what goes on in here, obviously, but that's a 51 engine. There's another, that's a Type 57 engine. There's another Type 57 engine, that is a 57S, because it's got a supercharger. That's a completely original engine, that is. That's one of our cylinder blocks, which we have patents for. That's a Maserati engine that's had a big repair. That's a roller bearing crankshaft. Our followers know we've already talked about them.
And that's all in pieces.
Yeah. What's happening is that is a Bulletin crankshaft, and it had gone wrong, you know, obviously from use. I don't think there was any mistakes, but anyway, it's having all new conrods. And these conrods are like the conrods, but these are our conrods, and they're completely different.
So they're like them, but completely different.
Yeah, very similar, but we use a different method of the roller bearings that last forever, as far as I'm concerned. And That's a type 35B engine. I think this is one that was damaged and it's been repaired and, you know, it's going together. That's one of our patterns. We've got patterns for this, you know, that's one of our crankcases, which you can have a plain bearing crank or you can have a roller bearing crank, same crankcase. One of our cylinder blocks, that's our casting, and that's one that's all been ported and machined and ready to go on a car. That's the cups. Now those cups are exactly the same as the ones in an Offie.
Oh, really?
Because this engine was copied from the Miller engine, and the Offie engine got Miller heritage, and they're exactly the same design. In fact, I'm not absolutely, I can't swear to it, but I think they will even fit in to a Miller engine. So Bugatti didn't bother to change the design at all. They're exactly the same. That's a Type 35 crankcase, which I don't know why that's here, but it's obviously having a few repairs done. Or perhaps a crank. See, that could be the crank for that. Because the conrods are being ground at the moment. Anyway, let's go and have a look in the machine shop. That car there, I used to race that car.
This blue one?
Yeah, that was Al Smith's car.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah. That's a good old lot of racing, that is.
Yep.
And this is where the machine is done. That's just a load of sort of castings and stuff that's been made over the years. Some of which I...
This is the castings, yeah.
And some of the patterns I had made, and some of the patterns Tim had made. What's the lady in Australia whose husband wants a new Brescia engine?
Oh, Annabelle, that watches
Right.
you in bed.
Have a look at this, Annabelle. I'm sure you can show it to
Rob.
They're Brescia crankcases, and there's the sump and the top half. And that one there looks like it's sort of machined a bit. Then again, this is all work in progress. That's a crankcase, one of our casters that's being machined to take a roller bearing crank. Because we're making our own roller bearing cranks. That's a magneto that Timothy produces. 8-cylinder magneto with modern internals, really. Works like a charm. They're brake drums for a 57, I think. Yeah, 57S or something like that. That's our CNC line. There's a diff box being machined. Clutches. I bought this lathe donkeys years ago, Dean Smith and Grace. That's a real bit of England, that is, or Great Britain. That's been a miracle, that. I think I bought that 30 odd years ago. We've got a good old tool maker in this corner. You know, it's an old school proper tool maker. And that's a sort of semi-machine, I think that's a CNC sort of thing, and so is this. See the carousel with all the different tools in? It automatically takes them and puts them in the machine when they're necessary. We do cylinder blocks on that. And that gets used for everything. That's the Brescia cam box. That is one of our clutch trays, which Timothy designed, and everybody's copying it now, so that you can have the starter motor
Covered.
hidden rather than all on the top, you know. So you don't have to do away with the original gearbox top, which has got a number on. That was a prototype vice, which is made of aluminium. It was just to prove it, you know. Rather nice, really. I think made of aluminium, probably good enough. That's our type 44, 37, 40 cylinder blocks we make. Tim had the patterns made for those. I wasn't involved in them at all. Back plates. These are special back plates, and we extended that bit there. And then what happens is, there's a couple of half horseshoes go on there, so that when the half shaft breaks, the wheel don't come off. And I did that because when I raced the Type 35s, twice I had a half shaft break, and twice I was just coming into the pits at 5 miles an hour, so the wheel didn't come off. And I said to Tim, I ain't going to be that lucky forever. So we put that little bit on there, and then we make a thing that bolts onto there, and it goes round the hub. So the hub, the right hub here, but anyway, it would stop the wheel coming off. So that's a Dutton modification. But it's all, as you can see, it's just work all the time, flat out busy. It's never as tidy as this, but obviously once a year we have a good tidy up, and Timothy has a French day, and you know, it works like a charm, and he cooks the food. We'll go and see him in a minute. This car has had a wheel come off, most likely because a half shaft's broken, and look, you can see where that's rubbed all the rubber. So if you look at that, you can see the bit that we put on extra in our pattern, so that you can put this bit on there that fits round the hub. So if anything breaks, it don't come off. This is a bit of a shed here. This is just that foamy stuff. We just use this for storage normally, but when we have an overflow, some people like to come out here, but this is the main place in here. And this is Timothy cooking dinner for 130 people.
It's a shame you can't capture the smell.
Yeah, the smell's terrific, isn't it? See, this is all full of stuff. Look. That's a hot thing to keep it warm. Oh no, I think that's just...
It's obvious Timothy didn't get his skills from you, Ivan.
No.
He's definitely recovered, you know, Tim.
Yeah. And then now this was a milking parlour when we bought the farm. This was a milking parlour, and we thought, well, we'd rebuild it. We did this, and I wanted it to look like an old village hall. So those were all there. All we did, we lined the ceiling, and the floor was at an angle like that. So that when the cows were in here, the poo would run outside. So Darren, a really good old boy that worked for us, came in here with a digger, dug it out, levelled it off, and then we concreted it, and then we had these tiles put down.
No, it's great, isn't it?
We hire all this lot. This is all hired.
Yeah.
Just for the day for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Start of the French day.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like a Bugatti.
No, well, this is a car that I raced in 1974. No, 4. No, yeah, I raced it in 74, but it was sponsored by them in 75.
Do you come here every Saturday, Robin?
Pardon?
Do you come here every Saturday?
Yes, every Saturday. Yes, it's the jokes. I love Ivan's jokes, and of course the glamorous company he keeps as well.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Oh, he's really going for it now.
This is a GN. I expect you know.
Yes.
But if you want to know more, I'm only too keen to tell you.
I think we went to Cop Hill on this, and I
We
was
did.
waiting for you to actually get going.
Oh, thanks a lot. That's what we all say.
Discussing trying to park this in Waitrose. You'd have a job getting in Waitrose, never mind about parking it.
Okay.
Because that's an English body.
Yeah.
That's like a Van and Pla body.
Yeah.
I think it might even be. Here, look. It's a Harrington body. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, hold on, let me just get that. The
I'm
camera's on
pretty
the
sure
gimbal.
we own this car.
I like the interior.
Timothy would know. here. No, I haven't got a door.
Oh, you haven't got a door. Okay.
Wow, this is lovely.
So what's going on down here, Ivan?
Well, this is an old car which unfortunately had an accident being delivered. Not to me, nothing to do with me, I just got lumbered with it. But anyway, it is sold, but they've never picked it up. But Stefan saw it, and of course he looks at it, and well, I mean, you know, you can't believe it. He's making a drawing of it. And he's
Hi, Stefan. Oh, hold on, Ivan's
he's
there.
giving me this wonderful picture
Yeah, of the Hall
of
Scott.
the whole Scott, which is different to the one. So I thought, well, all the people that see your stickers that we give people,
And the logo and the motif, yeah.
that one there, and
Yeah, of
that
the
one
Hall Scott.
there,
Our Down Under
they
one.
might be very interested to see the bloke who dreamed them up. And here he is. This is Stefan.
Welcome, Stefan. Welcome to Shed Racing, and thank you for your support.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. I've really enjoyed watching the channel.
10
It's great
seconds, 10 seconds, and he's already captured this thing.
stuff. The nice thing with crash cars is you don't have to be too accurate.
No, no.
It doesn't matter if you get the
But I
circles
mean,
a bit
it's
wrong.
quite nice, really, because how often do you see a car like that crash? You don't, do you?
No.
There's nothing like a car that you can look at and think what you could do to it. You know, when they've all been done,
Yeah.
you don't need no imagination. But you look at, say, it's like that old digger. That works like a charm, that digger. Somebody said the other day, oh, I said, John got on the digger and sorted out the drive. And they said, what digger? I said, that one. They said, don't go, does it? It goes beautifully.
So you've got your digger and your Fordson Major.
Yeah, the Fordson I bought off Dover, which goes like a bird. That would start up in 10 seconds with a battery on it. And then this poor old Humber, which unfortunately was being delivered, all complete and lovely, and it came off the back of the vehicle with the trailer, went into a field, and landed upside down with the trailer on top of it. Right, just seen a bit of the old French day. You've been round the workshop, which we've never done before. I don't think Timothy's even done it, so that's good. So don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to press the like button, and we're off to Anglesey tomorrow, testing the Hall and Scott, which I drove down the road and it's going like a rocket.